welcome to this week's topic. This week, I wanted to dive in and talk to you about a website that really changed how I monitor what my kids watch. So, as a teacher and as a parent, I have been really noticing something. It's been really close to my heart lately, and something I just feel like I need to share. I try to never judge other mothers, and I am guilty of this myself, especially with YouTube Kids and Netflix having options for your kids to have their own sign-in, so it's supposed to be appropriate materials. But recently, I've been hearing about something called Five Nights at Freddy. And at first, I thought it was just this, kind of weird looking little animals. And I thought that it was geared towards kid because I had one kid that was coming to school each day. And we had issues in the past with him wearing inappropriate clothes like Jason t-shirts. Remember, I work with kindergartners. So the idea of them watching things like Jason and Texas Chainsaw Massacre and just all these things that I've never seen because it scares me, that was an issue. So he started coming to school with Five Nights at Freddy clothes, and I was like, oh, we have progress. It's a change up from what he was doing. And the other kids knew about this Five Nights at Freddy, so I just assumed it was a game, and they started playing it at recess. And this is where I admit fault, right? I didn't look into it because I guess I just assumed. And I think that's what we're doing is we're assuming that it's okay if their friends are watching it at school or if they're playing games because we assume, I think, that media cares about our kids. And if we're being really honest, they don't. Like, the games don't care about our kids. We have to care about our kids, and we have to pay attention to what they're watching. And I think that sounds kind of harsh, but I really feel passionate about it because I've let things slide before where they're even I don't know, even like the Lego Ninja movie, I am on the anal side. I totally own that. And I'm not judging for anybody on the mid spectrum. It's your choice what you decide is appropriate for your kid. But when you get into something that is psychologically or visually damaging to what children see, I feel like that is a conversation that needs to be had. So I came home one day about a week ago, and I asked Logan, because he's in first grade, I asked him, do you know what Five Nights at Freddy is? And he said, yeah, I have some friends that talk about it, but I'm not sure what it is. And Lucas said he'd heard it. He is in TK, my friends. He is in TK. And so I was like, okay, I need to stop and do my research. And I did my research, and I'll tell you where, because I go there before I take them to the movie theaters. And I literally, like, almost started crying. I just couldn't stop talking about this to my husband. I was like, look at what these people are saying. I'm going to show you some of the comments. But this awesome website called Common Sense Media is parents can rate video games, they can rate TV shows, they can rate movies, and then also it allows space for older kids to rate it as well. It gives you an average rating and why they rate it that way. And so it's kind of my go-to for checking on things before I go to the movies. Like, I don't know, I checked on it before we went to Zootopia. I checked on it before we went to not Cars 3, because that's, Disney movie. But if there's anything I'm questioning, then I always check there first, just because it gives me a good idea and I can read some people's reviews. So I'm going to show you that next. But I just wanted to get into the conversation of how easy it is for our kids to digest media. Our kids are bombarded with media so many times every single day, but we can control the games they play, and we can control to some extent what they watch. I get it. They go to friends' houses. You give them some freedom because they earn it with their iPads or with their tablets, and we should do those things, and we should start teaching them about being conscious digesters of media because that's important even for our young kids. But when it comes to things that are psychologically damaging, and I believe that this game is psychologically damaging, or that something is very violent and they start to act that way, then that's we need to step in there. We need to be there for them and help them see that, one, they should never be seeing it. Once I show you the reviews on Five Nights at Freddy, you're going to be just appalled. But I want to start a discussion around this. Is this something that concerns you? What do you do about it for your kids? How old are your kids, and how do you manage this? Because I think there needs to be a safe space to discuss these things without bullying each other. Because I'm not trying to bully any parent because I make my own mistakes. But there should be conversation about how to handle something that comes up like this, because it's a real concern and kids are having real effects from it. And so I'm going to show you it, so stay tuned for that. Okay, here we are at commonsensemedia.org. I highly recommend this website. If you click here, you will see reviews, top picks, family guides. It's in Spanish, and it's just a really great tool to look at what your kids want to see. If you have older kids that are going to movies, or to check games they're interested in. At the top, it has the game. So this is what I was talking about, Five Nights at Freddy's. As you can see right there, Common Sense says 12 ages and older. As you can see, the description says terrifying psychological thriller is too much for kids. Now, as I scroll down, it says very nice and helpful that you can see what kids say and you can see what parents say. It has images of the game in question or the video. And then I really want to point out what parents are saying. I really take these into consideration. It's a terrifying game. It's about a guy that dresses up as a character and lures kids in to murder them. I'm sorry, what? What? This is getting to the hands of our children. Scroll down, tells you what it's about. Go back down more, and you'll see all these reviews. All these reviews up here, and you can continue reading them. Add your rating, what parents say, and that's a tool that I think is really, really, really helpful as parents, especially since we are not in the schools. We don't know what their friends are showing them. We don't know what they're talking about, and this is a way we can really see what's going on. Well, that is what I want to show you today. I think it's a really, really helpful tool as parents. Like I said, we have no idea what our kids are bringing home, what they're seeing, what they're hearing about. It might sound super easy just to be like, oh, they're talking about it at school, must be fine. So I check this. I use this for games. I use this for going to the movies, and I'm really glad that I heard about it and decided to check. It took me a couple times of hearing about it, but no one's perfect. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. If you use any other resource, comment below. I would love to have a discussion around this. How do you feel about this? Where do you stand on it? And let's just have a positive conversation, because that is what parenting is about, is helping each other out and learning and growing as a person. If you found value in this, please like and comment. Also hit that red subscribe button, and tune in next Tuesday for my next video. I'll see you then, and remember to get some sleep, smile lots, and remember, girl, you got this.